Okay, so this is when, back in 1992 at Lowry Air Force Base, which is where I went to Air Force Tech School for a still photographic specialist a long time ago. And one of my favorite bases, it's long since closed. But this is short and sweet and funny to me. Um, Around this time, I've been in the spiritual and paranormal and channeling for a couple of years. As a teenager, I saw dead people coming in and out of my room and stuff like that. So this was a few years after that. I was about 20. So I'm in tech school in Colorado. And one of the guides that I would channel would be my best friend's guide, Carmelin. I hope I'm saying that right, Amy. Mine was Michael, who was my perfect first guide because he was like this Irish, jokey leprechaun kind of personality, very bubbly, very light, which I am too. So it was a perfect mesh. But hers was very down to earth, very Vulcan almost, like this is this, this is this. What I love about guides, and I do to people too, I talk to people this way, is in a lot of ways, emotionally detached. Like I just tell them what I'm getting, the facts, what it is. And that's how guides are. They're not cruel or mean or anything. They're just emotionally detached and they explain things. And Michael makes them funny, but Carmelin was very boom, boom, boom. This is what it is. Don't waste my time. She was good, but she very much was a don't kind of like waste your time kind of guide, which is funny because there is no time. But she was very much like, we're here to gain knowledge, very serious, took all it seriously. So I'm in tech school, and a couple of the people I went to basic training with were there also. Now they were in different schools, but we shared the same dorm. And there was this girl named Jenny who was really sweet, very naive, very bubbly, very everything, but very naive. Like she didn't have, for sure, my background in ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. But when I did confess things to her, she was open and she was so sweet about it. And she was very curious, like a child, very naive and curious, which I would love. But she took it more as almost like a game, like a parlor trick. And I was still kind of new too at 20. So I was like, it's not really a game, but okay. And she was asking me, she's like, can they answer questions? Can I ask them things? Can I do this? And I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. And because I could do Michael, I could do Carmelin, I could do a couple others. Amy and I spent years just doing channeling sessions, seances, guided ones with our spirit guides. Like they were with us, watching over us, helping us ask the right questions, work with some random dead people, sending them to light, just all these basic things, asking questions about the universe and things like that. So I was ready to do it on my own. So one day we went into her dorm room and Jenny was all bubbly and excited, like this is going to be the best game ever. And for some reason, I thought Carmelin would be the best guide to help her. I don't know why now, but it was meant to be. That's the way I look at it. That's always the way it's meant to be. So, poor Jenny. She's sitting there all excited. We joined hands. I closed my eyes and I told her I had Carmelin and she was talking through me. I never completely leave. I just let them talk and I just repeat what they say to me. So she's asking all these I'm nothing against Jenny because Jenny was just being Jenny, but they were basic questions she already knew the answer to. Am I going to find love? Is the guy she just met the one? Are we going to get married? Like all the basic questions that she intuitively should know or decide for herself. Well, Carmelin was getting, is this all she's going to ask me? This is it? That's what I'm getting in my head. Like Carmeline's going, she's wasting my time. These are things she knows. And she was giving me, so I'm trying to talk diplomatically to Carmeline and Jenny. I'm not telling Jenny everything Carmeline's saying, but I'm going, so it's been 30 years. So, I mean, I know I was saying things, I just don't remember specifically, but I was trying to bridge the gap between the two of them. And it wasn't working because Jenny was like wanting specific answers, and Carmeline was like, I'll give you specific answers, but you're in charge. You decide, and they were on two different wavelengths. And something Jenny said, and I don't remember now. I wished I did or do, but she said something that really upset Carmeline. I've never seen it happen before. I've never seen it happen again. But Carmeline went poof and was gone and just left. Okay, just left me. Like whatever Jenny asked was just too much for her. Like she couldn't take these simplistic questions anymore. I opened my eyes and Jenny's like this. Like freaking the freak out. Her eyes were bugging at the end of the bed because we're sitting on her dorm bed. And she's like scared to death. So I end up talking to her. She said in that moment, she asked that question, she shrunk to where she was this big on the end of the bed. She could see the whole room. She could see me. She could see everything, and everything was in slow-mo. And then the moment she was looking around, I'm freaking out, boom, she was back in her body, back normal, back everything. And there I was. And that was the exact moment Carmeline left. And I know Carmeline did that to her on purpose as a lesson. For, like, this is real. This is not a game. This is take it more seriously. I don't know and understand every reason that they do what they do, because obviously I'm still in mortal form. Yes, I have a higher self and I can connect, but I'm sure there was a lesson only for Jenny in that. Well, also lessons for me in that I took away, but she was scared to death. Jenny didn't come anywhere near me after that. And she didn't want anything to do with the paranormal anymore. So I don't know if I answered her questions. I do remember by the end of tech school, she was engaged to that man, to the other Air Force guy. So it worked out for Jenny, I'm assuming. But yeah, that one is kind of short and sweet. I know I added some major detail in there, but that was hilarious. I've never had a guide do that before or since, but that's what I love about Carmeline. Haven't used her or talked to her in 30 years, but she's one of my favorites. Tells it like it is. Tells it like it is. I much prefer that in people and anybody else, any other being. So yeah, that's that one.